And I'm just putting on this today so I don't get fuzzies all over me. Let's see, my glasses fell over here. And let's see who is on. Good morning. Let's see. So we have, hi Melanie and hi Linda. Welcome. Let me hit this to all chats. Yes. There we go. And let me just put community moderation on because I can't have this go wild. There we go. Hi, Chris. Good morning. So we have a lot going on. I have this going on. This is my camera. My hair is a little crazy. Working on a couple of things this morning. Right now, I'm working on putting flip and stitches, and I haven't had much time because I haven't been up that long. Hello, Michelle. So I'm going to put these flip and stitches on here, and let's get this together. So I'm going to show you, let's see. So this was the number that was generated. So it was comment 14. So there was 16 comments. So between 1 and 16, it called out 14. And 14's comment, let's see. And I go from newest, so I go from oldest up all the time. That's how I just do it. Excuse me. Here we go. And it was Judy. Here we go. It was Judy Herbert, Quilts and Crochet. She wrote, I usually use Staflo starch, and since it's no longer available, I have been looking for alternative uses. The choices I have now is the aerosol starch or Best Press. I'm retired and I'm trying to keep my budget in check. So, Judy, when you see this, because I do know that you come on, when you see this, please email me at pastryqueen13@gmail.com. Again, anyone else who's won anything, same thing. pastryqueen13@gmail.com. Good morning, Barbara, and good morning, Catherine. So we have some Would You Rather cards, and I have my flip and stitches that I'm working on for this quilt here. And I'm going to take a stack of these and put them over here. I'm making a charity quilt to be auctioned off. How fabulous. Good morning, Vera. I don't know what this is going to end up being. I don't know. Ready? Here we go. So, would you rather A, have the hiccups for a year straight, or B, have the song We Will Rock You stuck in your head for the rest of your life? You know what I'm talking. I think that's like Queen, right? We will rock you. I think that's what they're saying. So would you have the hiccups for a year straight, or will you have the song We Will Rock You stuck in your head for the rest of your life? Now, those are hard choices. I don't think I want hiccups for a year, but I definitely don't want that song stuck in my head for the rest of my life. That's a lot. Let's see. B, let's rock. B. Yeah, right. Hiccuping. No, I don't think so. I guess I would lean towards, the rocking, We Will Rock You song, because hiccuping can like take a toll on you. I can deal with the song. Yep. All right, ready? Here's another one. Would you rather live in a real life sandcastle or a gingerbread house? Oh, I already know my answer. Oh, I know my answer. Would you rather live in a real-life sandcastle or a gingerbread house? Yes, I'm with you. Gingerbread for me, it'd be gingerbread all the way. I'm a crazy gingerbread nut. Yes, I had the blow up gingerbread in my house for Christmas time. I love gingerbread men and gingerbread houses and decor. I actually wanted my house to look like a little gingerbread house, like, with the fancy wood, like that you could put on your house by the, what is that called? The soffits? I don't know. Yeah, I always wanted to do that. Never had the money to do that, but I always wanted to kind of convert my house into a gingerbready looking house, which would really be easy. I just have to hit the lotto, but then again, I would have to play the lotto. Sandcastle would be horrible because you'd have sand all the time, right? Sand in your bed, sand on the floor, sand in the shower. Gingerbread. All right, here we go. Would you rather be a third wheel on a date, or would you rather have a third wheel on a date? Which one would I rather have? To be the third wheel or to have someone as my third wheel? That's a good question. Keeping the kids from eating the walls could be annoying. Oh, in a gingerbread house? Yes, that's true. Didn't think about that. Licking the icing and eating the candy. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to say something very TMI, but sand goes in all kinds of crooks, cracks, crevices, and there's a reason why it's called sandpaper. I don't think I'd want that. I think I'd rather have the sugar high. Uh, be my grandson's third wheel. Have the third wheel. You can get rid of the wheel later. Keeping me from eating the walls would be a problem. So yeah, I'm with you. I would rather have a third wheel with me than be the third wheel. Because being a third wheel, which I've been before, is sometimes very uncomfortable. So I would say that too. Oops. Here we go. So I cut this square and I missed some of the selvage, but I could still use the square. I just can't use the bonus part of it. Or if I do it, I have to cut it smaller. Or maybe when I cut it down to the 2, it'll be in the 1/4 inch. I don't know. I did that with this fabric by accident. Not when it's your granddaughter. All right, ready? Here's another one. Would you rather move to a new city where you know no one or move back to where you grew up? I mean, I've done both things. If I had to pick one, I think, move back to where I grew up. If you're counting this, because I did. I moved back here from where I was in a new city, in a new city. So I would say, being that I did this in real life, that's what I would do again. New city for me, back. Yeah, I did the new city multiple times, and I've always found myself to come back here. That's just me personally. Because it's nice here. But, I could see when there was a time when I moved to the city, that there was a time in my life that's what I wanted. So it just all depends too where you are. Grew up, still here, love it. Yeah. But not all of us have that luxury. Some of us have that. Some of us have where we grew up and you wouldn't want to. Maybe it was bad circumstances, bad streets. I could see both sides completely. Let me see. I moved in 2018 to a place I'd never been, and it was a blessing. Yes, it's all depends. I'm moving this camera for a little bit. I think you could see the sew, and I could read a little bit better instead of struggling so much. All right, so we have that. This game, there's not many cards to this game, so we're going to blow through this game pretty quick, I think. Here we go. Would you rather have a face that looks like you are permanently angry or permanently terrified? What would you like your face to look like? Have a face that looks like you are permanently angry or permanently terrified. We are loving Missouri. I grew up in a country. Oh, here. I keep wanting to go over there when they're right here. Right here for me to get. This is definitely a red and white forward quilt, or red and white forward quilt. Because even my background, low volume, because it calls for low volumes, is red. So my husband's resting face to angry, a country bumpkin, and still am. Hard choices. Yeah. Would you want a terrified face or an angry face? I mean, I don't know if I want an angry face. I may want a terrified face over an angry face. Because maybe people would ask me, are you okay? Do you need something? Versus I don't go near her. She looks like she's going to bite your head off. So I think maybe the terrified one. Grew up as a military brat in the military, and then a military wife who has lived all over the world. Have been in my current area since 1985. Yeah, I mean, it really does depend where you're at. Terrified, I think. I don't know. For me, I think I may want to be more terrified because people probably maybe be more alarmed and more apt to approach me than if I looked like I was going to be the axe murderer. So that's what I deducted from this question. That was my reasoning. Now, let's see. Here we go. Would you rather, every meal you eat is worthy of an Instagram photo, or B, every sentence you speak is worthy of a retweet? So, would you rather A, every meal you eat is worthy of an Instagram photo, or B, every sentence you speak is worthy of a retweet? Well, being that I love food, I have to move this. I'm going to say the food. I'd rather my food looks Instagram worthy. That would be my choice. Let's see. That would be interesting. Retweet. Food for sure. I have a weight problem, so retweet. Gotcha. Well, I do too. But I don't want my words out there all the time. But then again, they are kind of now, right? Good morning, Raven. All right, are we ready for the next one? Would you rather tell your partner how that outfit really makes them look? Or would you rather what would you rather what you really think of their favorite band? Okay, so would you rather tell your partner how that outfit really makes them look, or what you really think of their favorite band? Which one would you like to tell your partner? Yeah, oh, okay, I gotcha. I don't know. I've never tweeted in my life, so I have no clue about that. No clue about that. Tell them about their favorite band. Band for sure. Yeah, I don't think. Though I do seem a little critical sometimes with Honey and his outfits sometimes he chooses. Sometimes I have to say something. Because men tend to leave the house with maybe a little paint splattered if they're like workers on something, where that would drive me nuts and I would say something. But I wouldn't do that all the time. I wouldn't want to hurt their feelings. I'd rather just hurt their feelings one time instead of having to tell them over and over about their outfit. So Leah, I think I'm gonna go with you. And I'm pretty sure I've told my honey about his favorite, maybe one of his favorite bands. Men get touchy. Before band for sure. Neither one would be good, but I would tell him what I think of the favorite band. So I have told my honey before about an outfit. Or even like the swim trunks. Good morning, Lori. Are you almost there to 500? I see other people sharing it out as well, which is great. It wouldn't make any difference if I did tell my hubby. Yeah, he took mine with, he's like, well, there's not, I said, he goes, nobody's going to see that. I said, but I see it, honey. I said, you wouldn't want me to walk around with like a tear in my skirt or, yeah. I think that's a man thing. He's not the only man to have done that. Good morning, Giovanna. How are you? Now, if I wanted a fight, I would talk about his clothes. Well, okay. Haven't looked. All right, so let's put the last question on here for this card. I have more cards. Ready? Would you rather A, all your photos are immediately put on the internet, or B, only take private Polaroid photos? I will go with the photos. I wouldn't want all my photos up there. on the internet? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think I could deal with private moments on a Polaroid camera because guess what? That's how I grew up. We didn't have the internet. So that's all we had growing up was, you know, the Polaroid pictures or the pictures you used to go and take them to get mail away or some places to go get developed. So I don't need everything out there. So we're going to go with the Polaroid option B. And we have B, take further. Yeah, there are things you do not want to see. I have taken pictures of things I've had shown doctors, and you definitely don't want those photos on the internet. No. My dermatologist takes pictures of things. I guess for future reference. Me too. Beautiful flowers over your shoulder. Yes, my son bought me these flowers. Here we go. He did a good job, I think. He did a very nice job. Me too. So we have yeah, I think the private pictures is much better. I mean, I don't know what someone younger, more current, I guess what their feelings would be. But my feelings would be private all the way. Just saying, private all the way. Oh, happy birthday. Well, thank you. All right, here's our next one. Would you rather give a mani-pedi to a mean tween girl or a dental cleaning to an anxious dog? Food for thought. So now I'm going to sew up my bonus HST on this. Let's see. BB the dog. I don't know, but would an anxious dog try to bite you? I do have a little bit of a fear of a dog biting me. And I think it has to do with, I grew up with junkyard dogs on the streets. And I've been chased by them, by my bike, whatnot. And I like dogs in people's homes that are well behaved, that you know, but someone's dog I don't know, I have a little bit of anxiety for the fear of getting bit and mauled. And during my generation too, you would turn on the news and they would talk about a dog mauling, you know, someone. Ooh, look at that. I did some crazy thing there. That's going to have to be unpicked. So I think I'd rather deal with the mean girl just because I don't know the nervous dog. And I would be afraid I'd get bit. All right, so let's see how I don't even know how I did that. And these are tiny stitches. So rather battle a dog, he'll be asleep with anesthesia. Oh, I understood. Tweens are a whole nother story. You can always give a calming jab. And so I've dealt with tweens before in schools, so the tween is at your mercy. Exactly, Michelle. I woke up dreaming about party for Dalmatians in my living room. Hello, Regina. Good morning. Chris, that's funny. So, okay, so I picked the tween. You guys picked the dog. Let's see. Would you rather A, have a portal that will take you anywhere except home, or B, have a portal that will take you home from anywhere? Have a portal that will take you anywhere except home, or have a portal that will take you home from anywhere? Well, if you had a portal that, oh, I guess because if you had a portal that would take you everywhere, you may not have a portal to send you home. What is this? Katie's on again. Well, hello, Katie. Are you out there gifting again? Katie just said PastryQueen's Farm Adventures gift memberships. And Giovanna received a gift membership from Katie. Well, thank you. So B, home, B. B for sure. Portal to home. Have one that will take you anywhere, a portal that will take you home from anywhere. I would say, I would agree with you all. B. As much as I like to travel, I would want to come home. So I would say B. You know, I watch Outlander and I watch Away Home. Away Home is on, I've got to fix this. Away Home is on Hallmark. Outlander is on Stars. Oops, I had this on the wrong thing. Let's try that again. There we go. I have to fix these two that I don't even know what I did. I messed them up. So let me grab these two and concentrate on that. And then I'll go back to the questions. Here we are. All right, here we go. I've got these. Gotta have home base. Yes. Hi, Johnny. ¿Cómo estás? So next question. Ready? Would you rather only get broken up with? Would you rather only get broken up with, or always have to do the breaking up yourself? Oh, now that's a question. Would you rather be the person who gets broken up with, or the person who breaks up? That's a hard one. I wouldn't want to have my heart broken all the time, but I also wouldn't want to have to tell someone. So that's hard. I may have to, what would I do? I gotta think on that one. Here we go. Me neither. Break up myself, then you would decide. That's true. B is scary. Yeah. I don't know. That's a hard question. I guess if I really, really had to think about it, I guess I wouldn't want to break up and hurt someone. I guess I'd rather be hurt than hurt someone else. I don't know if that even sounds right. Well, nowadays, do even people break up? I think people just ghost people, which is not nice. I've done both. Neither are good. Exactly. Retribution can be awful. I'll pass. Yeah, that's a hard one, right? I don't like either one of those. Okay. Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or B, be the lead in an box office bomb? Ooh. So would you rather be an extra in a movie that's just, yeah, fabulous, or would you like to be the lead in something that was terrible? Oh, man, that's another hard one. You know what? I'll take the extra. I'll do extra, extra all about it. Yeah, I think I'd rather be the extra than have like the heartbreak of nobody liking the movie or anything like that. So I'm gonna go that route. Extra would be better. Ghosting is bad. Yeah, apparently that's like a new way of breaking up with people. I don't know. I think that would mess with your mind. I don't, the other person's mind. I have been an extra in a British show. Oh, that's cool. B, might get attention. Negative attention is still attention. That's true. What is ghosting? Ghosting is, my understanding, when you're like in a relationship and someone ghosts you, it means that other person would be texting, calling, sending you stuff, and you completely ignore them. Like completely. So you're basically saying no thank you, but you're not saying no thank you. You're just kind of just, I don't know. To me, that's horrible. Just say I'm not interested. Don't make somebody wonder why, what happened. Like, yeah. It's called Master of the Game. Oh. Is it a game show? Or is it like an actual TV show? It's better to say something. Hi, Jessica. So if anybody sees Judy today, and I'm talking about Judy Herbert, let her know she won the second chance giveaway. And to contact me. I met with Donald Placience. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is. All right, here we go. Would you rather watch all TV on mute or B, have all conversations at maximum volume? I think I'll go, well, let's see. I don't want to influence anybody. I already know what I'd want right off the bat. Let's see. It talks about gold mines. Oh, my honey would love that. We watch all those gold shows. Mute on CC. That's mute. My husband watches it at max. Mute. Yes. So that's what I would pick. I would pick mute with the CCs. I do that now already for the most part anyway. So yeah. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Ready? Would you rather A, immediately be able to speak the language of any country you're in, or B, Have everyone you meet speak your language? Oh, I know my answer for this too. I know my answer for this too. We have a lot of A's. We have a lot of A's going on. So I'm with the A crew. Immediately be able to speak the language of any country you're in. Because I'm pretty good with meeting people who don't speak my language with context clues and just kind of just getting through. That's just part of the ESL world that I have been in for a very long time. So with other children from other countries. So for me, I'd rather do that, be able to speak. I'm not self-serving. It's so good to be able to talk with people in their language. So that's what I would pick. So let's see. I have, look at this. I have done quite a bit. I have done 3 corners on one and 2 corners on another set of these. And here we go. I guess it's a preference. It is. Once you know a few languages, you can understand a lot of other languages. So here we are. There is no judgment on that. That is totally preference. All right. Would you rather have a first date at an amateur improv show or at a school's production of a musical? Would you rather have a first date at an amateur improv show or at a school's production musical? Well, I've actually done one of these as a first date. But which one would I rather have? Let's see what you all think. I say that so it helps. B, first date at a school production. We have improv show. First date at school production. I'd rather go to an amateur improv unless I had a personal stake in the school production. Good answers. So I actually had once a first date at an amateur improv show. It was comedy at that. And at least that you can laugh it off. A school's production of a musical, for me, I don't want everybody in my school wanting to know what my first date is. Being that I work at a school, TMI, none of your business. So I'm going with the improv. I'm improving it. Yeah. All right, next one. Would you rather know what your life will be like 10 years from now, or go back 10 years and make different choices? Now that's hard. Would you rather know what your life will be like in 10 years from now, or B, go back 10 years and make a different choice? So I actually know what I would rather do. But that's This is totally personal. This would be personal to anyone. Let me go and do these. Oh, I have to finish these off. Look at these. I didn't turn these. I have to finish these bit off. Here we go. Let's cut these apart. All right. Let's see. B. And what? Wait, I missed that. I understand Spanish and other Romance languages, but then I also understand a lot of African languages. I speak Swahili, which is half Arabic and half Bantu. Oh, that's fabulous to know all those languages. 10 years in the future so I can change my life. Future, I would take a peek into the future. I'm happy with most of my choices. Oh, that's interesting. So, So I have a different, I have a different, I guess I took that a little bit different. So I'm happy with most of my choices in the past, and some is, so I took it as like maybe some interactions. I wouldn't change, like I love having my 3 kids, so I wouldn't change having an ex-husband or anything like that, because then I wouldn't have my 3 beautiful children. But I may want to go back and maybe change some parenting style I had, or maybe something that happened between a friend of mine, or I don't know, something like that. I figured like the whole thing with the future is the future's not in my hands. And well, I guess it could be in my hands. But I don't know. I guess, you know, I have like, I would do a couple different things. Like in my 20s, I think I would do more passive forwards. I do more passive forwards now. So, you know, I don't know. I guess I was looking at it differently. I wouldn't necessarily change anything in my life, but I would definitely change maybe some choices I have made, if that makes any sense. For the better of humanity, I guess. So it's so interesting because everybody could take that question, you know, different thinking, right? There we go. I got all that. Now I could shut this off. 10 years is not enough. Then your children would be different. Oh, that's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about just being more present to mom. Because honestly, I was a present mom, but I worked a lot. Like I worked a lot. So I guess the things that I would change would be a little bit more present and less some. I guess then we wouldn't have everything we have if I didn't work. It's hard, right? That is a hard question. I didn't even think about that. You're so right. Hi, Pat. All right, here is the next one. Oh, that is the next one. That is the last one. And so with that said, I am leaving a little early. You know what? I could do a couple more. Because I do have to take this apart before I go. I do want to do that, but I do have to go get ready for work earlier. So, but I have time to do this. Okay, ready? Would you rather? Last children learn work responsibility. It would be nice to go back and give the kids the tools for life today. That too. That's what I, those are other things I was thinking. Yes. Ready? Would you rather A, have a phone that's always stuck at 3%, meaning, you know, your phone's about ready to die, or B, have a phone that only works on speaker? So a phone that's stuck at 3%, or a phone that's only stuck on speaker? B, B, A, B. see. A low phone is my fear. Speaker. That's hard because you're right. A low phone, I've had phone issues where it's gone out and I really needed it, especially for navigating. Or have your phone on speaker. I guess you could have your phone on speaker. I guess I would have a phone on speaker because then this way I would say, listen, we can't have this conversation on this phone. It's only on speaker. Let's meet up. Where if your phone is always on the verge of dying, that may cause anxiety. Yeah. A, for me. 3% as long as it works. Some things should be set in, well, that's why I would tell them, can't talk right now, on speaker. I don't like the phone on speaker. I actually don't mind the phone on speaker, especially when I'm doing things, multitasking, but that's it. And I'm the only one in the room. I wouldn't want it on speaker for the whole world. Okay, A. Would you rather A, always look like you're wearing makeup, or B, always look like you have a fresh haircut? I already know that answer for me. I want the fresh haircut. I could care less about the makeup. I know people who have to have the makeup. I just want the fresh hair because my hair always looks like it's not fresh, even if it's fresh. So fresh hair for me. My form of makeup is this. Bee balm, which is beeswax in a tube. Here we go. Sometimes I put on some other stuff. It's so funny. We just had this discussion too at work. Because back in the day, oh my gosh, when I was a teenager, all you want to do was wear makeup. I would be fully made up. In my 20s, fully made up. Even in my 30s. And now it's like, done. Over it. Don't want to spend the time doing that. If I had to do makeup, there would be no life. Because I would always have to be doing that. When you're 70, makeup is important. Okay, well, that could be true. Ready? Would you rather fall in love with someone who wears fedoras or be someone who has frosted tips? So would you fall in love with someone who wears fedoras or someone who has frosted tips? Wow. Oh boy. I guess, the funny thing is, if it doesn't matter whether they have fedoras or frosted tips as long as they're a good person. Because really, you got to be a good person. I could look over the fedora and frosted tips, but I think I'll go with the fedora. If I had to pick, I'll go with the fedora. But really, it all depends on what you can overlook things, right? If you're truly in love with them. So frosted tips or fedoras, I think I'd pick the fedoras. Then you could borrow them. Yes. Okay, last one. Would you rather A, be close friends with your coworkers, or B, keep your personal and professional lives separate? Oh, that's hard because I'm close to my coworkers. Right, some of my coworkers I'm close with, and some of them, they don't need to know anything. Over the years of working, I'm not saying where I work now, I'm just saying in general. It depends where you work. They don't love me. So that's a toss-up. I really think that depends on where you work. We're all pretty much like a family at our jobs. So, but I know one job I just went in, did my job, and left. I didn't want to know nothing. I don't want them to know nothing. So, therefore, it really depends on where you're at. Good morning, Joe. All right. Well, I'm out of here. I have to go, and I will see you all tomorrow. Is Saturday. I should be able to see you to Saturday on a live if all is good. So I hope everyone has a fabulous day. At 3 o'clock today, Deb has her live that she does once a week on her own on her channel, which is Deb the Pug Mama Quilter. I'm always at work, but she does have it on. There's probably other people on here who have lives too that I just forgot about. Hi, Deb. Hi, Joe. So go out there and support them. I will see you all soon. Take care. And if you wouldn't mind on your way out giving me the thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Bye-bye.